Hello comrades, it's me, a Marxist analysis of B-movie, and welcome back to Foundation. So last time we established this entire new extension to our town. We kind of skimmed through it all, so let's first get caught up on everything that we did. So basically, after we set up the monuments, which are the castle, the church, the tavern, and the two markets, I kind of just put in some of the basic stuff that would make people move in, because in the winter update now people just move in only if there's a workplace nearby. So basically people will move in close to where they work. So I added 2 tailors, 1 weaver, and a baker. And also some granaries around the place. There's one over here for the bread. It's a bit oddly shaped and I'm not sure I'm happy with it. We'll see. We'll see, granary, you're on thin ice. And I just needed to turn it this way because the granary has so many entry points and I wanted to make sure that they could actually access it. This house, originally it was shaped differently, it was rotated differently, but this house grew. And then suddenly they couldn't get to the granary anymore, which was annoying. But, you know, now it's good. And also, yeah, there's another granary here. This one's just bringing all the supplies to this market. And over here, there's the high-end market. This is where the posh people will get their jewelry and their honey. And they also have a granary over here that's going to be bringing stuff closer to them. And I might actually also sneak a little, I might sneak in a warehouse over here in the corner that's going to be the one that holds all the stuff for these people as well. Because otherwise the market workers have to walk pretty far away to get anything useful. So yeah, and the basic idea, in case you missed the last video, was that this is a kind of terraced or tiered setup. So in the back there's the castle, the Lord's Manor essentially, and we're going to be expanding this in a future video. Right now I'm just kind of leaving it like this because I wanted to check what this would look like, and I think it really works. Particularly this part works well. I think this part might as well not exist. But yeah, I'm gonna work with this and we're gonna make a really fancy looking castle at some point. And then this over here is the like higher level of thing, and then over here is the lower level people of the lower classes. And I'm thinking I might actually start evicting people from here so that everybody lives behind some kind of wall. I know that that might actually make it more difficult for people to get to work fast enough, but I like this setup of there being, you know, like people behind walls and, you know, craftsmen's workplaces behind walls. And then you have farms outside of the walls because that's kind of what you would see in the real world. So we're going to maybe start moving people over the wall, and we could maybe even bow this out a little bit just so that, you know, there's a little bit more space for people to live in. Maybe like this. Just slowly creeping in. We can add the residential here. It's a very ugly thing. And yeah, other than that, that's kind of where we're at right now. Ooh, I don't really like the way that this lands over here. Let's try to fix it a little bit. Maybe if we just make this have a little bend. Does that improve things? I mean, kind of. It was nicer before, obviously, when it was like a nice little whoosh, but at the same time, like what's happening here, it's just a straight line. So, meh, might as well, I mean, you know, you might as well extend it like this then, if you're really pushing it, if you're really pushing your luck. I mean, that could work as well. So, look at how much residential we've gained. Probably nobody's gonna live there. Cool. Alright. So where were we? Yeah, so first thing I wanted to do was keep an eye on our materials, because I think that with the addition of the extra weaver and the 2 tailors, we are actually going through wool faster than we are producing it. So, ooh, my phone is... Hold on, I'm just gonna chuck it away. I'm gonna just There we go. The phone is gone. It's cancelled. It's not going to bother us anymore. And I'm going to build a sheep farm. So, yeah, I was actually thinking of moving some of these weavers inside of the place now that we're doing that. And technically the sheep farm could be a little bit closer to here so that it would not negatively affect the place where people can live. So maybe we can do something like that, you know, just have a nice place for sheep. Yeah, let's first move this this weaver's hut. I think we might be able to stick it in here. Just tell me. Yeah. Look, we can take the weaver's hut. Oh no, where did it go? It's still the same place as it was before. And I think we can just easily kind of mash it in here. Maybe if we actually put it like that, it wouldn't be too wrong. Just because, you know, it's a bit annoying because it's on a hill. But I don't like buildings being like this, too close to each other. Like, close to each other but not close enough to be one building. I like to sometimes combine them just so that you get a little bit of a feel like there's some differently shaped buildings. Let's see what this ends up looking at. It might be okay, or it might just look disastrous. We'll see. Is there an envoy? Did we miss him? We didn't miss him. Alright, we'll be sending this. Oh, why did I do that? Our thing is full. Yeah, so the main reason that we kind of sped up through this is because I just wanted to set up an economy that would support all these new buildings, because immediately when they were built, obviously we started falling to zeros and we weren't able to employ anyone. And that was mostly because that's life. You know, that's just life. Sometimes you build buildings and they're too expensive to maintain. And then you're like, oh, I regret everything. But I'm glad that we now have a lot of berries, because we also added this forager and this forager. That's kind of the only thing that we added in terms of gathering raw materials. I didn't want to add too much stuff that would be like, oh, we've essentially built a whole new section of, I mean, we have built a new section of town, but like we've done all this kind of expansion and it was all skipped. Because the video focused mainly on the construction of these monuments, and the thing was kind of sped through the building of the rest of the stuff. I didn't want people to miss out, because I think, I don't know, maybe if I was watching something, I would want to see the entire town grow. I wouldn't want to just be at some point told like, and then I paused the recording and I built a whole new area. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I try to include as much as I can, but I just didn't want to basically have like 4 videos where I'm trying to get out of debt, because it did take a couple hours of playtime to re-establish the economy. That's all I'm trying to say, I guess. I wonder if we could push this wall a little bit and if somebody would make a home here. But maybe it isn't even spaced as the problem. Maybe it's just straight up nobody wants to live there because nobody works nearby. I don't want to have citizens before we can make beer. So we'll wait with the citizens, but let's just check. You know what? I'm okay with promotions for now. Right now I want to look at buildings. Let's build. Yeah, let's just, now that that's being added, I would like to remove this. They've taken out most of the cloth. And this tailor is also going to be moved inside, so I'm just going to add a sheep farm. And I'm really wondering if I should add it like here close to the wall, or if it should just be slightly further away. And I think we could try slightly further away, and we could maybe put some decorations here, maybe even some trees. I don't know. We'll look into that. I don't need that anymore, thank you. And we can just put this tailor inside too. Tailor's workshop. It could fit here. I don't know how many buildings will fit in here, like how many houses. I do think that a house could go in here if someone was working nearby, and that's kind of the biggest problem, is that there aren't really that many jobs in the vicinity. And I don't know how we're going to be able to get a lot of jobs in the vicinity if we're trying to move everyone that has to work inside. And I don't know if I can stick another tailor here, or if it's going to be too many green roofs. You know what I mean? Maybe like some tailors over here wouldn't go amiss. I'm gonna make one more. We're gonna stick them in here, unless there's something else that we could... No, everything else I think is kind of bigger. So, let's try to find a good shape and angle that's not gonna disturb the surrounding buildings too much. So that one's entrance is at the back, which does mean that we could essentially probably do this without disturbing things too much. Hold on, I'm just gonna move my mic because I just noticed I'm facing away from it because I'm looking at the other screen. Ugh. There we go. Cool. So I'm also gonna unassign this male here so that nobody's making new clothes, right? So it's just so that they're taking them out of here, and then we can demolish it when it's empty. And I'm also gonna just start cutting off some of these residential areas. I don't know if I want to remove everything. I'm just gonna remove some of these, just for now. And these people can always move, they can move behind the walls. And it's not a huge walk, right? And this is essentially just gonna end up being more of a farmland thing. And I'm afraid we might have to destroy the beautiful spiral market. Or we might just extend our walls past it. We might just do a little cheaty thing and expand our walls over here. I might actually do that, you know, like, oh, our town has grown and we've expanded the walls, and we could just kind of do that and make sure that works. Also, we need to name the church, the tavern, the manor. We could just call the market High Town Market, Low Town Market. Oh, the sheep farm is complete. So let's assign a villager. Look, someone's trying to live here, which is a bit annoying because, like, dude, you could just live over here, just not in the middle and not make a silly road. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. Should we make a hole over here? How many holes can you make with the wall then just losing all sense of being a wall? That's the question. Oh, we did demolish a hole here. I'm nervous about putting it back because I think the reason that we put the hole there was because there were some problems with people making silly roads. And I don't want silly roads in my life at this point. I just don't want them. Also, why is nobody joining? Everybody's happy. Some people need church. Some people need Jesus. I think maybe we have too many unemployed people. That is, we definitely have too many unemployed people. So what I'm going to do, and what I probably should have done at the beginning of this recording, because we've just spent a lot of time just waffling about, as we do. I'm going to put a lumber camp here, and I'm going to... should we add a thing? Who's this? Oh, it's this cooperage. Okay, so this is really funny. I don't think I've mentioned this in the last video, but when I was trying to promote people during that time we had an economic crisis, I would place down cooperages, which cost a lot of money. They cost, I think, 300. Yeah, I'd place down cooperages, just like pause the game, place down a bunch, and then pause the construction. And then when the promotion pop-up came around, you know, and I had 0 gold, I would just cancel it. And it would refund me 300 gold for each one that I cancelled. So that's how I was able to promote people even while we had the economic crisis. And that's how you kind of store money so that you can pull it out anytime you need. So if you're ever hitting, like, for example, if you're ever peaking and you know that at some point you're going to need more gold, this is a neat trick you can use. So you just find the most expensive building you can make, and I think cooperage is the most expensive right now. Possibly later it might be the fountain if you get to the fountain level. Oh, there's also the weaponsmith for 500. And you just start plopping them down just somewhere. It doesn't even have to be anywhere, you know, near where you actually live. And you just do this, and then you pause it, and nothing's gonna happen, and nobody's gonna deliver anything. And you can just, you've just kind of stored 500 gold. It's a bit of a cheat, but it's a really easy way to store money. essentially, is what I'm trying to say. I don't want you to make this road like this, my friend. So let's just try to bend it a little bit. Will you be okay just walking like this? Will you be fine? I think you'll be fine. The lumber camp is complete. Oh, also military missions. Let's take a look at our people. We don't have to do a lot of military stuff right now because we are perfectly fine. Oh, you know what? Let's assign some soldiers. Yeah, so what I was saying was we don't really have to do missions because we have a lot of gold, but we might as well. Also, look at all these beebs. All these untrained baby soldiers. Alright, let's take some missions. Great, an easy mission. And we're gonna send all of our untrained soldiers on this easy mission. And we're gonna hope that they succeed. Look at that, extreme chances of success. Extremely successful beebs. Is that really how many level 1s we have? Oh, wait, no, soldier level 1. No, not the soldiers. I just want the novices. Send. And I don't think the extremely difficult mission is gonna be much of a success. But you know what? We can try and send our soldiers. We can see if they will succeed. Extreme chance of success. Excellent. Let's send these butts over to do stuff. Has this been cleaned out? It's almost been cleaned out. Sure, let's destroy it. And I would like to assign somewhere here, assign 2 people here, and just, you know, just slowly fill this out. Let's take a look at wheat as well, because I'm not sure how much wheat or flour we have, and milk. So these are kind of the 3 things that I want to make sure we have at this point. Wool, wheat, flour, milk. Those are 4 things. Those are 4 things. Where in the world is the dairy farm? I feel like they keep changing positions, or maybe I'm just too old to remember things anymore. Whatever it is, I hate it. I just 100% do not like the fact that I always have to look for things. I always have to go like a million times. And I wonder if at some point they're gonna order these, so maybe instead of like just general, we'll have like production, refinement and things like that, like you see in a lot of games. Or like food and so on. Yeah, I think we can spare another cow here. Probably, right? Spare a cow, sir? Yeah. And we can sort of justify the shape of this road. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, so what we needed actually for anything to happen here, which I got distracted by this cooperage or whatever, was some kind of storage. And I think that the storage makes sense if it's near a door. So we might actually make a little hole inside of this wall. You know, if we look at it like halfway between here, so right here it might make sense. So, you know, maybe having a warehouse right here isn't too wild or bad of an idea. So let's just do that. And for now, we'll just store wood in it. And to be honest, I think we can just start throwing away a lot of wood because we're not really using it. And in terms of trade, I don't think that, I don't think we can just trade away like logs, but we are trading planks. So, you know, we are trying to actually get rid of the trees, which is sacrilege, but you know, sometimes you gotta. And I'm just gonna up the berry limit to 250, just so that, you know, it's not necessary to sell everything you have. Oh, let's unlock the trade routes. I also wanted to do that. Such a nice sound, isn't it? It's lovely. And now I mean, we're never gonna run out of money because now we can just start selling any tools over 500, and that's gonna start moving our tools from storage, and it's gonna actually liven up our production a little bit, and it's gonna expose maybe some holes in our production line, and that's hopefully gonna give us a couple jobs. And yeah, essentially, oh, I want to start cutting a lot of these trees. We're gonna kind of encroach on the hunter's land a little bit as well. I just want to start making room for more farms over here. Yeah, so what I noticed, I think, is that we aren't really managing to stockpile a lot of flour, and we run out of grain. So it is probably a good idea to add another farm, but this is in the way. So what I'm thinking is, instead of continuing along this ridge, like I'm just gonna draw here with forbidden land, I guess, just like this for now. So instead of continuing along this shape for, oh, I think these are our easy soldiers, and they can continue. They have extreme success probability. Good. So instead of continuing in like this kind of shape, what I thought we could do for the fields is possibly we could cut it off like this, and we'll have 3 fields in like a semicircle kind of shape, and then it cuts off here, and then we'll have new fields maybe here, and in the middle we can have something else. I don't know, it might work. Okay, so these people don't have an extreme success probability, so I'm gonna call these guys back because I don't want any of them to die. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking. So, you know, just so that we don't have to deal with this, essentially. And I think it might work, especially if we extend our base, our original core home, like this. If we continue the idea that like craftsmen should be behind walls and buildings should be behind walls, I think the possibility of just extending our wall maybe like this isn't too wild. Maybe we'll just make it around this part, and then, you know, go here. That might work. It's a bit touch and go, but we'll see. Also, these people are making a nice road now. We're just gonna let this road decay, so we're gonna keep the forbidden land here for now, and then we'll bring it back when, you know, it's time. But I do want to decorate here a little bit. I was thinking we could plant some forests, and we could, you know, put some decorative trees in the middle. That could work, just like we did in this bit. I thought that ended up looking pretty okay. I don't know how this is gonna work when, you know, if we're trying to make it more of a town feel. So maybe just simple things like adding, you know, like a signpost just here. And things like that. Look, soldiers, they did it. Extremely difficult mission. They succeeded in the first part, and they got us a ton of jewelry. Well done. Alright, we sent the fish. We're not gonna send people fish anymore. I'm keeping it all. That's my new decision. So for now, I'm just gonna add 1 decorative tree over here. And I'm gonna give these people a decorative bush just in their garden. It's not gonna help them too much, I think, but it's gonna be fine. And the warehouse is complete, so let's assign wood to every slot. And hopefully that's gonna mean that people are gonna work. They're gonna move closer, and also it's gonna mean that we're gonna be clearing these trees faster, so that in the next, over the course of the next few videos, I think what we're gonna have established is, what is this road? What is this road? I don't think I've seen this road before. Has this just appeared? That's wild. Yeah, we're gonna establish beer production. That's kind of my main thing. And also I want to make sure that we're not running out of bread. We're not running out of any of this stuff. Okay, we're gonna bring our soldiers back. I think we could already build a farm. A wheat farm. And, you know, we don't have to have all the territory unleashed. We don't have to have it farmed just yet. We could just, or cleared. That's the word I was looking for, cleared. But what I am wondering is if we build it here and whoever works in this farm is gonna wanna live here maybe, are they gonna walk through the farms? And there's a very high chance that the answer to that question is yes. So what I'm thinking possibly is that's one of the reasons why I wanted to extend the wall. So I'm going to use a stone wall so it's easy to see. So if we did something like this, so just around here, maybe like that. And then, you know, on this place, because this is another really good cliff, we could have another like mini mansion or something, or keep, or just something that kind of adds again to that feel of, oh, this is a defended area. And again, it's the perfect location to have something like this. And you could maybe have another one here, and then it's like this defended valley. Yeah, I figured that that would be a good idea. And then we could have more houses alongside this. And in the middle would just be, you know, the farms. I think that will end up looking pretty good. So that's going to be my plan. Let's just, for now, just get rid of these things. Because I was thinking like, oh, I don't want to get rid of this. But I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do... I don't want to have the people living outside. So that's what I kind of ended up going for. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was fast camera movement. Oh, look, things are already being cut. That's good. So yeah, let's just place a wheat farm here, and let's just hope for the best in terms of how people decide to build their residence. Maybe there's some space over here. There is no space over here. Oh no. Oh no. Let's hope for decent roads. That's all we can hope for, I guess. Oh look, the easy mission completed as well. Right, I think that's gonna be it for today. This was just kind of a more lightweight thing. After last week, there was like several days to edit. It was a lot of work, and I just wanted to have something that was more relaxed, more like old-fashioned playthrough type thing. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to do all the things that you do when you've enjoyed a video, and I'm also popping some stuff on screen that you can check out. Some other videos of city building games or management games mostly, and you can also subscribe if you want and do all that stuff. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!